Hey guys, about 6 years ago, I was doing a gig somewhere here in the UK. A guy came up to me at the end of the gig and asked me what this Strat was. I told him it was a parts caster that we put together. And he turned around to me and said, "Oh, don't worry, one day you'll be able to own a real Strat." I feel like this comment lends itself nicely to some of the other comments we've got recently after we posted the video of us buying the 63 Strat. It's probably a good time to do a video on whether it was worth the money, what is a real Strat, and are newer guitars made to look old as good. So since we've put together this Strat many years ago, people have been asking me from all over, is it a vintage Strat? Which is a compliment in itself really, but it's an MJT body, an Extreme Creations neck, which was actually from a Stevie Ray Vaughan #1 recreation, and it did the job for years of touring all around the world. As you can see, it's actually quite worn now. When I got it, it looked pretty much brand new, but after years of wearing a leather jacket on stage, the tag was wearing through, and you can see it's literally gone through the finish. Bit of sweat on there from my drummer. This has the same specs as an old Strat, has like aged clay dots, nitro finish. But recently, I was having some big chats with guys like Philip Sace. You see videos from guys like Matthew Scott and Nick Savegny and all these guys that literally say a vintage Strat, there's something magical about them. So one night, I made the deadly mistake of finding the site Vintage and Rare and just happened to type in vintage Strats, and this 63 came up for sale. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to find a way to get it. It was all the way in Sweden, so it wasn't something that I really wanted to get shipped over, because you see the horror stories of these guitars getting absolutely mangled in the hold. This will probably still always be my main Strat, but there's something about this old Strat that has magic, and this might cause controversy in the comments, but there really is something magical about an old Strat. Obviously not all of them, a bit like fuzz faces, you can go through 100 and you might only find a handful that are good. Now it might be a bit of like starry-eyed nostalgia linked back to my heroes playing these guitars, but this one is certainly better than any new guitar I've ever played. Certain things that you just can't fake on these old Strats, like just look at the wear. I feel like a Spinal Tap moment, just look at it. I've said this a few times recently, but there's something about this Strat that just makes me be able to play in a different way, like way faster than I can play that Strat. It was quite funny walking around Sweden and coming back to the UK through the airport, because so many older guys saw the old brown case and they were like, oh my, I know exactly what that is. It's been really strange since I've bought it. So many people have reached out to me and said,
is it worth the money? Is it worth the hype?
And honestly, I'd say yes. I've been waiting for the right one to come up for years, and every time I've seen one on eBay or Reverb, the prices have just been a bit ridiculous. So it is quite beaten up, but it is all original apart from like a refret, and I believe a couple of the pickups have been rewound. Apart from that, it's the original three-way switch, original electronics. I've never actually played a neck this easy to play. It's just so smooth and silky. The guitar is really resonant acoustically as well, and a lot of people use that metric to work out whether the guitar is intrinsically good. So on today's video, I'm going to be going straight into a deluxe Reverb reissue. I'll probably kick on the Texan Twang. By the way, we have a very small amount of blemished Texan Twangs available on the site right now. You can use the code on the screen to take 20% off your order. The blemish on it is almost non-existent. It will be like a tiny little powder coating defect or maybe a minor scratch that you probably wouldn't have even noticed if we hadn't have told you about it. So I'd definitely utilize that 20% off discount code now while they are still available. If you guys like these sort of videos, please subscribe. We are on the way to 150k subscribers right now, so thanks so much guys. We'll pass you over to me in a different room. I'm going to play this Strat. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll catch you soon. Cheers.